We are charting the higher octave with a band all the way from Sweden, the Swedish pioneer synth pop band called Twice a Man. And I've got the members here, all three of them all the way in Sweden. How are you guys doing? Aloha, dark aloha.
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 We're great. We're great
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah, I got Carl, Dan, and Yuka here with
Yep.
me. So thank you for joining me. I was thinking we can start off by saying that you guys are quite the pioneers in Sweden with electronic music. Is that a
Yeah.
correct say?
Yeah, we were very early as a synth band.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we started in 1977, and at this moment our first band name was Cosmic Overdose. That worked quite well, but we sang in Swedish, and we had some attention from other countries, and so we were going to play with New Order in Sweden.
Oh,
First
wow.
time.
Oh, yeah, when
And then
that
sorry?
did you say that happened already?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
1981.
Oh, wow.
Before the
But
Blue Monday.
yeah,
Yeah, oh my God, that before anything. Joy
yeah.
Division. Yeah. Wow.
Yes, it's just after the Joy Division, after
Right.
his death, Ian Curtis' death, and
Yeah.
so at this moment we have to change name because we're going to England, and we couldn't be named Cosmic Overdose at this time because it had some kind of drug connections,
All
Oh,
that.
and
oh, oh, really?
yeah,
So
so
how
we
how how did you come up with Cosmic Overdose? What was the origin of that?
um, it's actually from the first time I saw the cover of an album by King Crimson.
Ah, okay.
Do you know King Crimson?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. The first album, it has this big face, on the cover. And I was in a club in Gothenburg, and the DJ played this album. This is 1960, no, 1970 perhaps, 69, 70. And he said, "This is a cosmic overdose." And after that, it's sort of stuck in my mind. And
Mm.
we had several names, in front of becoming Cosmic Overdose, but this, yeah, we took it.
Yeah, I like the name actually.
Yeah,
But that's really interesting how you went to England, you had to change that. It
yeah.
was so what was that the reason that you changed it? Because of that visit?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because the
Oh.
promoter didn't, well, they didn't like the Cosmic Overdose. He said, I cannot promote a band with that name. So if you want to come here, you have to change your name.
So it was all connected to that concert with New Order
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
of Curtis's death.
yeah, it's their fault. Yeah,
Oh, wow, that is such a historical thing. Wow.
yeah.
I didn't
It's
know that. That's so amazing.
uh,
Did you guys talk about that a lot? About
well,
the visit?
sometimes yes. It's of course because we changed the name. People ask why, and that is the story behind it. So
Wow, that is so I wonder. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. I think now it's probably okay to have a name, to have that name. Would you guys ever go back to that name or have another, would you do something related to that initial project?
We we did a reunion concert as Cosmic Overdose 6 months ago and played the old songs
Oh,
yeah,
because
yeah.
there was a compilation CD box with Cosmic Overdose stuff coming out and so. But I think never more.
no.
So how did you meet to form the initial beginnings of your project? So it's you two, right? Carl and Dan.
Yeah. Well, we met in the gymnasium,
The college.
Oh, in
college. Yeah.
in Sweden?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, then you just had musical interest and you say, hey, let's make music.
Well, it's yeah, in a way, it was. We meet at when we were like, how old were we? 16, something like that. And
Oh.
we go to school, but at this moment we were playing in other bands, and so we did some experimentation at school to play together, but we never formed a band directly. It took until yeah, was it 8 years later?
Yeah. Twice a Man was formed in 1981.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we changed the name at this moment.
Oh, okay. During
Yeah.
because of that concert. Well,
Yeah.
do you remember that time that concert took place with
Well,
when you order?
yeah, what we did was that we played with New Order in the summer of 1981 in Sweden, and we played
Norway.
in Gothenburg and in Oslo.
Oslo. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we were offered to play in England, but not as a support act, but on our own. And the first concert we made was in a club in London that was Heaven, where we played, and it was
It was
like
called
a
Heaven.
gay club, you can say.
It was called Heaven.
Yeah.
Heaven, yes.
Okay. Was it in Manchester?
No, London.
In London.
Oh, in London.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we played, was it Brighton or Hastings? I don't remember.
Hastings. Then we played
Yeah.
Hastings.
Yeah. But then, so we changed name and yeah. So that was the first concert we made as Twice a Man.
Oh, okay. So when New Order came to Sweden, that's when you guys played with New Order prior
Yeah,
to.
that
Oh,
was Cosmic Overdose.
oh. So they played with Cosmic Overdose. Wow,
Yeah, yeah,
that's an amazing. That's good knowledge to know.
yeah.
Yeah. So, what was it like? Back in the early days, being a pioneer in electronic music. Now it's so different, right? People just so different. But back then, it was like, um, we didn't have all these things that it's so easy to make, I suppose. It's a little more challenging, I guess, maybe.
No, but it was seen in a different way. I mean, it was very much these people who didn't like that kind of music was say you play synthesizer, you just push a button. You don't the machines do the music for you and these kinds of things. There was like people who liked it and people who didn't like it because it was too many technical things involved.
What earlier bands were your inspiration, with that type of genre of music? I mean, I can only imagine.
Mm.
I wanted to
But
ask you.
what happened was really because we had, before we started Cosmic Overdose, which was in a way a reaction of the past. Why it's called Cosmic Overdose is also because we were playing very ambient psychedelic music in the
Mhm.
early 70s. And when the punk movement came, it's kind of made us reflect on what we're doing. And in this way, we were quite connected with punk music in Sweden. So when we played with punk bands, and we didn't know that there were other bands thinking. What we heard in electronic music was like Tangerine Dream or Kraftwerk. That was about it, and also some obscure things from the 60s, like White Noise. It's English. What's her name? Delia Derbyshire, and also a band in the States that was United States of America,
Yeah.
which was a psychedelic band from New York, I think, that worked with electronics blended with pop music.
Hmm.
So this was kind of the old things that for me, I listened a lot. And at this time, it was also Pink Floyd and the more psychedelic music, and also the Doors and Jefferson Airplane, this kind of stuff. And but the inspiration was, I would say, for don't do these psychedelic things anymore, but more rhythmical and more electronic things. I think one album for me was the Low album by David Bowie. That was something that was, what is this? You get really excited about, with Brian Eno and David Bowie and Robert Fripp working together. It was, quite a nice thing. At the same time as punk music, and especially what come after punk, like Magazine, Wire, Susan and the Banshees, all these more, you say, elaborated music from this time.
Yeah, I figured the pioneers would probably be an influence like Brian Eno and Kraftwerk, right?
Yes, of course, you cannot. Yeah,
but you guys also go way back too. You guys are pioneers. I mean, that's like going back in the early days of the genre, even the creation of this.
Yeah. The interesting thing was that when Ingmar and me Carl, sorry, it was we go to London in 1979, and we saw things that was doing the things we did. There were bands like Cabaret Voltaire,
Yeah.
And Fat Gadget.
Yeah.
What else? We saw things like that was, wow, this is, the same kind of thing that we did, that we didn't know about.
Yeah,
and after that
in
Psychic
the dark.
TV, like Psychic TV, or one of those guys.
Yeah,
Throbbing Gristle.
Yeah,
Psychic TV was not around at this. It's later.
Oh, okay. Wow,
it was what's it?
Really
Throbbing Gristle. Yeah.
Yeah, Throbbing Gristle. Yeah, Throbbing Gristle. Right. Wow.
So that was a revelation and suddenly it came so much of this kind of music at the same time. Also, when Mute started, the record label with, that was very good, I think.
Yeah. And then so you came along right on that, right when Twice the Man was formed.
Yeah, I joined early '83.
Oh.
And it was some sort of panic from their side, because I live in Stockholm, and I played synthesizers in Stockholm, but not in any bigger bands or anything. But they needed a member in the middle of their tour, so they had to do with me. I went down to Gothenburg, and then we went on a tour, and it worked very nice, and so I stayed with the band. So that was what happened.
So can you tell me, what are what instruments you play, all three of you?
Well, I play keyboard.
Yeah, I play synthesizer and computer.
Yeah, basically that. Yeah.
I mean, since the last 30 years, it's mainly working with software, computer software. And for me, I also play guitar, and I started as a guitar player, and I am the voice of Twice a Man. So.
Oh, so who writes the lyrics? Do you all share that?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on different projects. We have had different working processes from year to year. So it's if we take the new album, it's mainly based on tracks or lyrics that Gasleben was writing as sketches of things. And when we start to make things together with these things and develop the lyrics and also the music, but that is a process that we have started to do for the last perhaps 3 or 4 years. And
so I know you guys released around 21 studio albums, I think, something like that. Is that right?
Is
Yeah.
it 21? Or, yeah,
21,
something
yeah.
like that.
I know over 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and so this one that's coming out is it's a full length. It's called The Colored Breeze. It's a New Dimension. And that's going to be released on June 13, 2025 on Dependent.
Yeah.
But prior to that, you release Songs of Future Memories, which is a catalog of your songs from 1982 to 2022. And that's actually, you can find that on Bandcamp. Or where's a good place to find that? Because that has a catalog.
It's on Bandcamp, yes, and
Yeah.
it's yeah.
And that's a 3 CD set accompanied by art books and all that. So was that the last one? And then now you have this new album coming out, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's correct. And I mean, it's the Songs of Future Memories is like a retrospective with all the music. The song, I mean, we made, I think it's like 7 albums that are instrumental. That is more ambient and theater music. But we took from the song albums.
So I know in that Future Memories, Songs of Future Memories, you have you released a song called Dahlia, which is
Yeah.
also included in the new album. And I know that's a little bit I know you have some deep environmental concerns, right? Yeah, I love some of the soundscapes I heard like across the ocean. I love that one. I hear the
Yeah.
whale sound. How did you record that?
I have a whale in our bathroom. No, we were working with what you say, scientists who made whale safari for tourists in the north of Norway. They made an exhibition, and they
Oh,
wanted us to do music for the exhibition, and they had recorded whale sounds that we could use. So well,
oh.
they
And this was a little before it became more easy to make sampling. This is already in 1983 or
Yeah,
something like
because
that.
I'm looking at that time. Yeah, that
For
wasn't easy to make. That's why I
yeah,
was wondering.
no. So what we do, we made a sampling of these dark whale sounds, and we make them into the bass
Mhm.
of the song, and that was quite tricky to do at this moment, but we managed to do it.
Yeah, there's another song too that has a. I don't know if that's. I heard swans. It's from
Yeah,
the sound isn't organized yet. That's a
yeah,
real sound, right?
yeah.
Wow.
yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about your environmental concerns? I know you, I mean it's important to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, shouldn't it be for everyone?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially now,
But
right? Yeah.
yeah, when for me, I live out in the woods outside Gothenburg. I mean, the woods, it's just behind the screen here, and that's also where our studio is. On my lawn, we have a 60 square meter studio. So it's uh, and I think it's the same for you guys, that nature is so close all the time for us. So well, the destruction of it is something that's well, you see it every day anyway.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's so important today.
Mm.
But this is going back when you guys were doing this. It was important back then too. But
Mm.
so are there any other elements of Swedish folklore in your music as well? You know, I know you have the soundscapes and I know you emphasize a lot on landscapes.
Yeah, well, I mean, there is a lot of samplings of sounds from our surroundings within the music, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, yeah. You know, one of the songs I really like is an album called Cocoon. And I was wondering if you can talk about that because there are different tracks, but they're all continuum, right? They
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
they flow, and there's a Cocoon is like it's a form of transformation. So I was
Yeah.
wondering if you can talk a little bit about that, because I know there's different tracks and they just form and form. There's I don't know how many. I think how many songs were there? I have to look back and see. But
Well, it's I don't know if it's 9. I think it's 9 different parts, but in a way it's one piece. That is, but there comes lyrics that is going in and out from in this. It's like 60 minutes of music. So yeah, it's Cocoon is of course a very how to say a metaphor for many things. When you go inwards and before you become a butterfly or
right.
a beetle for that matter, or you have this, the stages of the butterfly is very interesting, like a metaphor. You have the egg, the, what do you say, caterpillar, larva, and you have the cocoon or chrysalis, and then when you are inside this chrysalis, which is a protected area, you can go outside and you become a butterfly in the end. So so we like to have titles also that is open for interpretation from the person who listened to it. So we were really discussing a lot about that, and we had different views on how to present Cocoon. In the end, it became Cocoon Part 1 and up to 9, just like numbers. But there is a lot of thoughts about the different parts and what they say and what it's all about.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because I know you're also involved in films, theaters, and some exhibition, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your music has been used, like for example, I don't know if Cocoon is part of that, but I think it should if it's not, because it's all part of it's important in your creative process.
Yeah, it started also, and it saved I think the how to make music nowadays in a way, because it's we got invited to make theater music in the 86, I think 85, 86.
Oh,
And
in Stockholm?
yeah, in
Yeah.
Stockholm. And so it's all started to make this kind of more soundtrack music. And we have, since then, we've been working like in 2 lines. One is more soundtrack related, which involves theater, film, exhibitions, computer games, all these kind
Yeah,
of
the computer games.
ways you can put into music. And we do special music for this kind of, if it's theater and so on. And the
Yeah,
other is our more song-related albums, which is ours, you can say. But at the same time, we also do our own performances. That is not really concerts; they are more like theatrical things. We have done a couple of them during the years, and Cocoon was a little like that. It was more an ambient concert. We just made it one time, I think. Was it 2?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Only
yeah,
one. Only.
oh yeah.
And that was in a place, a venue that was normally a place for performance dance, modern dance performance place.
Yeah, because I know you have a video game as well. I think it's called Cola World PlayStation. I don't know. I know
Yeah.
there's more.
Yeah.
Tell us how that happened.
Yes, it was actually my son that was in a small group who made small games in the 90s.
Oh,
And he invited me and Carl to do music for this computer game that they were working on. It's a small group of people, like I think there were 4 people. And yeah, why not? It was fun to make it with my son, and we had some great time together, and we made these things. And after a while, they were managed to sell this computer game
wow.
to what's the name? the Japanese
Sony.
Sony, you
Oh,
know.
wow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah, and it became I think it's the most spread of Twice Man music. It was sold in like 140,000 X.
Oh
You
my
know.
God. Well, what is the name of the, can you tell me the name of the game? I would
Kula World.
Cooler World, right?
And I think in America it was called something else. In United States, it's Kula Ball. No, yeah, it has 3 different versions. It's
And that
also a
came out
Japanese
in
version.
1990? 1990, you said?
97,
Okay.
1998.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah,
congratulations to that.
yeah. But the thing was that we had to give away the music in a way. So we have never been able to exploit the music ourselves to give, to release it on CD and stuff.
Oh, what is the name of the song?
Well, it has mainly technical, like 124 BPM things,
Oh, okay, okay.
names like that.
Oh,
But you can find a lot of them on YouTube with a lot of names. People have, take the name of the environment where the song is played. Or it's not a song, it's more techno. You never heard anything from it, perhaps?
no,
You
no,
can find it on YouTube if you're interested, because it's quite I would say technodelic music.
Since you guys are pioneers in the electronic world, with today's AI generated music and visual artists, do you think authenticity is becoming a lost art, or do you think it's just being redefined to something else? I mean, there's so many AI generated. I mean, they could do anything now with it. They can make, sometimes you don't know, right, if it's actually AI generated when it all pops up on your phone.
Mm.
But there's something to relate to, that the world is like this now, and some of these AI tools could help you, as well as a
Mhm.
sequencer or
Mhm.
a tape recorder or whatever. And then I think, like in now, it's if you do something that genuinely your own thing, it's not adapted by AI, at least not yet.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
it's
maybe
still.
maybe you can make a Twice a Man song a year from now with an AI thing as well. I don't know.
Yes, if you train a AI to do it, it's not. I mean,
Oh.
in music, I think it's. I know a band like Oasis, for example. There are
Mhm.
hundreds of Oasis songs made by AI that are quite good, actually. But it's like, I think also it starts. It's early in the development, especially in the visual things. It's like
Mhm.
to use these tools has been perhaps for a normal person, so to speak, if you're not into all these technological things, but and work in this industry. But for 3 or 4 years now, anyone can do these pictures, and they
Mhm.
do. I
Yeah.
think, I mean, if you have fun doing it, why not? I don't think it's art yet for
Mhm.
me, but someone has to tell the AI how to do it, the
Mhm. Yeah,
prompt,
I mean,
to
there's
write down what picture you need to have your own imagination, what you are looking for.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean,
But
there's so much out there that there's legal things that's not even out yet, that they're probably going to have some legal issues with things, because
Yeah,
people
yeah.
doing all kinds of things. It's going to form into that. And, Google just released a bunch of innovation that they've created. And so it's just constantly evolving with all this stuff.
yeah,
Are there
Yes,
any?
it's going fast.
I know, very fast. But I'm so happy to talk to you guys because you guys are like the pioneers of the early days. Are there any outdated musical technologies or instruments from your early days that you still prefer to use over the modern day alternatives right now?
N- No,
No.
Good answer.
no, because it's. I mean, I can be really fascinated by old synthesizers, and I have some of my old synthesizers
You still
still
use?
here. But
Yeah.
it's more of affectional thing, emotional thing. I wouldn't play them then. I wouldn't drag them around and play concerts on them, because it's up to what the sounds you want to use.
Hmm.
They are available in a computer and software synthesizers, and they're easier to work with, and it's basically they are of better quality.
Hmm.
So for me, no.
Well, for me, maybe I have 10 cents in the studio, and sometimes I sample from them to put into the software. Not very often, but it happens.
Yeah.
And Don has his guitar, of course.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it's an old
It's an old school.
technology.
Oh really? Like what kind?
Guitar with a microphone on it.
Oh.
Played in the strings. Yeah, I can still use it.
Oh really? There's a microphone on it?
Yeah, it's electric.
Oh wow. Where's that? Is that made in Sweden?
It's a Fender, isn't it?
Oh, it's a Fender.
It's a Gibson, isn't
Oh,
it?
Gibson.
I have a Gibson. Yeah, yeah. Old Les Paul. Yeah. No, I
So,
made joke about it. I mean, you can as long as you can make sound, you can make things very easily with anything. It's like, in a way, with all this new technology, you can get lost also. And I have seen many people they never produce anything because they are only lost in technology.
I
Uh,
mean, I mean,
you have to sometimes filter out things before. You have to have some rules, otherwise you will never end.
yeah. I mean, even
I would say from my side that when I look at the latest albums we have produced, from my side, I try to choose a bit like 4 or 5 sounds, maybe less, 3 or 4 sounds that I stick to. Sort of the album, a special touch, but also like Dan said, just not to get lost in the jungle of sound you can use. So in that way, I mean, you could say I'm a bit conservative, like choosing about 3, 4 sounds for every album, so to speak.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, I could only imagine because even with the technology now, there's really sometimes there's no space to put everything in your computer system. You have to because it's just so many things, right? You people are downloading even pictures, downloading pictures, all kinds of things. Yeah, so it's kind of overpowering. So I know what you're talking about. So this new album, is there something specific about the theme? It's called The Colored Breeze. It's a new dimension.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, as Don said before, it's an interpretation for those who listen to it. So, what do you find in that title? Because
Well,
I've asked a few of my friends, and they all interpret it differently.
well, I can only hear 3 songs because it's not released yet, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about? Well, you don't have to. You probably don't want to mention because you want people to think for themselves, right?
In a way, yes. That is the way we work but sometimes we are, let's say, we can be more lyrical and more open for interpretation, but we can also be quite political sometimes as a band. And that is partly because we have strong views about environmental things, and we have strong views of what is happening in the world at the moment.
So I figured,
yeah.
No, I figured that this new album is about that. That there's a new dimension, a new time, a new. Well, I don't know if it's a new beginning, because when I think of new beginnings, it's always a good thing. But it's a new change. What a new change.
Well, yes. Well,
yeah,
that is a good interpretation. I think I feel that too. That if we could make, we are in the deep shit. If I mean, as a world at the moment, both through the environmental things and all the leaders we have in the world that are horrible, all of them.
And the wars.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say, but it's not much hope left. What is happening here, and so what we do with this album is in a way to give us self-hope. There is possibility that we can change and we can make things. We have to listen. We have to be aware of what is all around us. We have to take care of that. You know, all these things that has been for ages. We talked about this for ages. So it's we are repeating in a way ourselves, but I would say that we have there is this song that just came out, the second feel, that is, are you ready to fight for what you believe in? Yeah. So I suppose we ask that to ourselves too.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to get lost in entertainment, to sitting in front of your computer and, you know, all these things going on. You're lost in your mobile. And
when I think about the whole title, there is hope. I see that because there's the breeze. When you think about breeze, that's kind of a positive word. It's a positive word. But then you're talking about a new dimension. So I knew it was something like that. I don't want to assume what it was, but I just think it's like a new change. Change could be good. Change is good in some ways. Because it transforms you from the cocoon to the butterfly, right?
Yeah. You follow.
Yeah, that's good. But you live in a totally different world, I suppose. Where are you now? You are in Hawaii, or?
Oh yeah, well, we're affected everywhere. Yeah, we know what's going on, and yeah, we're part of the United States. So
yeah, that's enough.
I mean, we're a little bit more. We're on an island, so
yeah,
I guess that's better. You know, but I think we're all affected politically, environmentally, and all in every way.
Yeah. Yes, the world is
completely a new
very
world
connected.
Now. It's a new world now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many changes we don't know what to expect, so we have that fear. But at the same time, we can't be scared, right? We just have to move forward.
Yeah, but also try to
change it.
Yeah, to raise the voice and change it.
Yeah. And that's what your music is about, right? You're raising awareness with this new album.
Yeah, we try to.
I was wondering if you can talk a little bit about Dahlia, because Dahlia was in the compilation. It was never released, right?
No.
Dahlia?
Not before the compilation.
No, it was sort of made for the compilation, you can say.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like we want to have two new songs.
Having one song that's sort of pointed forwards, because everything was a compilation of what we've done before. And we wanted to present something for the future, so to speak. What will happen? So that's how Dahlia came.
Okay. There's another track that was never released on the
Lotus, yeah.
Oh, Lotus. Okay. Okay, but that's not in this new album, right?
No.
Okay, are you gonna release that in an album or just there?
Yeah, I think it will be only there.
Oh, okay. So how come you didn't want to include that in this album?
I would say that Lotus is more like the end of Cocoon. If you understand conceptually, it's like
Okay.
you look. It's a person or the what do you say, protagonist of the song is looking back.
Yeah, because you know
his memories.
The Locusts have biblical ties.
Yes, but it's like also so we made Dahlia to make it more like something to go forward with. So that is more a starting point of this album. So yeah, there you are.
No, very nice. Okay. You know, I'm looking forward to this now, even more so.
Good. we haven't received the albums ourselves yet, so we look forward to it too.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean? Oh, okay. Well, what do you mean?
They haven't sent us any copies yet, so we haven't seen it.
Yeah. I've seen it on picture. It's the finished product on picture. It looks amazing, especially the vinyl. It really does.
It's on vinyl, right? It's gonna be on vinyl. So when you first started, you know, in the early days, it was all vinyl, and then you're doing vinyl again. I mean, vinyl is back. I mean, vinyl will always be. I think vinyl will always be important. You know, I love vinyl.
It's a nice format.
Yeah, tell us about the cover. The cover of the album, the painting. Is that a painting of the?
It's actually a collage of different pictures. It's many elements from American painter. His name is I don't remember his first name, but his second name is Heed. He lived in the 19th century and went to the tropics and made many pictures with orchids and hummingbirds, and he was very nice painter. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Is it Heed Johnson or something like that?
Yeah, Martin Johnson Heed.
Yeah, Martin Johnson Heed.
Yeah.
And the thing is that we made theater music and also video for a play for a big theater in Stockholm. Well, 10 years before or more. And then we used his pictures. And when we started to do this album, we sort of said that this sounds like looking at these pictures. So we brought them back in on our desk again.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Wow, that's beautiful, actually. Yeah.
And it will also be released as an art book with one CD. So, so there are more.
Is that a separate release?
Yeah.
Is that's not part of this? When
it's the same. It's
the same. But the album is released on both CD and vinyl.
Oh, okay.
And CD comes with the art book, sort of a bit like Songs of Future Memories. The same type.
You know, I'm looking at your website, which is twiceaman.com. If anybody want to check that out, twiceaman.com. You know, the picture there of you guys, is that you three?
I don't remember what picture we have at the moment. I suppose yes.
It's a picture of the rocks in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you guys, right? Because there's another picture, a more current one, where you guys have a similar format. Is that in the same location? I got a picture of you guys that I received from Ethan. It's a picture of
it must be the one from Ethan must be from outside of our studio in Gothenburg.
Okay, I was thinking it's in the same scene here, the same
Well,
location.
I think it's a picture from the archipelago, isn't it? The old one.
Oh,
Which one is it, Carl? I don't have it in front
But
of me.
I'm looking at. I don't find any pictures on on our website. I'm looking at it now. So
let me see. If you go to
okay,
about, I think maybe that's where it's at. Yep, about. Yeah.
yeah, but that's a very old picture.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
this one from the archipelago, and then
It's
the new one from a rock
it's from
outside.
Yeah.
so
It's from Herne, or
that's you three
Yeah.
then. And then
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
the picture that Ethan sent me is it kind of reminds me of this because it's the same rocks
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not the. It's as Jocke said. It's well. It's just over there. It's
Oh,
behind
okay.
my house.
Oh, wow.
So
So is there any other, are you guys doing anything else? Anything else coming up? Any projects or live concerts or anything?
yes, we have discussed it actually, but and we have not finished discussing
Oh, okay.
about it. We have not played live for quite some time now. I think it's is it 7 years or 8 years?
Sort of 7 years, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. But we have been starting to think that perhaps we can do something next year.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a little too early to decide. And we are also starting working on a new album. So
Oh, a new album already. Oh, so after the
yes,
release. Oh, wow.
because the production time for this album, since we made it finished, took quite a while. So it's the album was finished almost a year ago.
Oh,
So we had some time to spend to do new songs and new things.
okay. Well,
And we have other projects on the side too. So, and we are going to work next week together again. So,
which part of Sweden?
uh,
Well, we
Yeah.
we work in Gothenburg, and them two live in Gothenburg, and I live in Stockholm.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's always
and
a little journey for me every time.
Oh,
yeah, and
how long is the drive?
Well, I go by train. It's about
Oh,
4 hours, maybe.
uh-huh.
if you are lucky.
and I have the studio right outside my house. I just sit there and wait for them to come.
Yes. And that is about 40 kilometers, or I don't know how many miles that is, but yeah, 40 kilometers north of Gothenburg. So it's not, it's half an hour with the bus. So
What would really be interesting if you guys would play with New Order again, like bring back the past.
yeah.
Something.
I didn't know that, so I'm really glad. Thank you for letting me know that. I love historical things like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Very significant. Yeah. Well, the new album, the new forthcoming new full album, The Colored Breeze, is a new dimension. I like the way you spell colored.
It's English spelling, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I love it. It's like usually people spell it a different way, but I like that. So that's going to be released on June 13th on Dependent Records. So if anybody want to check that out. And of course, your website, twiceaman.com, and your Bandcamp page. Those are the two links, right? And then you also have a Facebook and Instagram?
Yeah, the Facebook is no Instagram, no. Facebook, yes. It's where we put up mostly the news
Okay.
at this moment. So check it out.
Yes, for sure. I'll put a link to it.
Yeah, great.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me and educating me a lot, a lot of things.
Thanks.
It's really an honor to speak with you, and I always look forward to your latest album, your new album, and
Thank you.
I'll let you know it's gonna go up on my YouTube channel
Yeah,
and radio.
Fine.
please send us a link.
Yes, yes. It's a DJ Nocturna. on YouTube. Just search DJ Nocturna charting the higher octave. And if anybody's listening, please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you very much, you guys. Pleasure to speak with you three, Yuka, Dan, and Carl.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice
Thank you.
to meet you.